The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Rabbi Levin Zechariah Levracha once had a Talmud who was a very chashuv a Talmud Chacham, and he became a chassan, and he got married. During the Sheva Brachas, there was a knock on the apartment of this new young couple, and the Kala opens the door, and there, standing by the door, is Rabbi Levin. She's like, what? In shock. She's like, what brings the Rav here? Rabbi Levin said, I wanted to personally meet the lucky lady who was Zaycha to get such a husband, a prince of Torah. That's why I came, just to meet you. I wanted to meet this lucky lady who was Zaycha to get such a prince of Torah. Now, I don't have to explain to you how this young Kala felt. I don't have to explain to you what kind of respect and covet she's going to have for her husband, that the whole purpose of his visit, just to meet her and then to leave. Just to be able to meet the wife of such a prince of Torah, how she felt. Somebody once shared with me that he said at his vart, he was a chassan sitting at his very own vart, and somebody came into the vart, and he went over to this chassan, and he said, I want to tell you something. My daughter's very close friends with the Kala, and you should know you got the best girl in the whole USA, in the whole United States of America. He told me he can't forget this person is married over 20 years. He says, you don't know how that uplifted him to enjoy his vart. A person has to realize, we've said over so many times what the Rambam says, that the greatest chesed to do is l'shabeach chaverei b'dvarim. To make someone feel good with words is the greatest chesed. You don't need money. You don't need power. Everybody that has words, you can with words build somebody up and make someone feel like $1 million, build up their marriage. I'll tell you one more short story. Somebody told me that somebody once went over to his father-in-law, and it happens to be that, he didn't feel 100% things with his father-in-law, that his father-in-law liked everything he did, and this person went over and said some very strong praise about him. Mamish, someone that was not even a close friend of his, it happens to be, he bumped into this person's father-in-law and said, oh, that's your son-in-law? I want to tell you something about your son-in-law. And he said the father-in-law repeated to him, and he felt from then on a newfound respect in the eyes of his father-in-law. I don't want to be myrich. I don't want to say any more length about this. Everyone listening to this share is in the power to do the greatest chesed possible with zero effort. Nothing. All you have to do is meet somebody that you know this is a chassan or this is a kala. You know this person is a son-in-law of this person. This person is a father-in-law. This person is a brother. Somebody. And say a good word about your future son-in-law. Say a good word to that person about their future husband. Say a good word to someone. What you could do, you could build worlds. The person says, wow, this is what people think about my future chassan. This is what people think about my future kala. This is what people think about my new son-in-law. This is what someone thinks about my brother, or about my spouse. This is what people think, yes, your spouse is such a tzaddik. This is somebody, no matter what stage of your life you're in, everybody needs to hear a good word. And I say again, that Lashon Rambam in Hilchos Deis, Perek Vav, Halacha Gimel, says that the ultimate chesed is to give someone a compliment with words. The greatest ultimate chesed. May we all be zeicha to go ahead and build up other people with words, and then Hashem will do midah keneged midah and build us up back in the eyes of our spouses, our employees, and our friends.
You enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org